Hi guys, it's Intuitive 144. I am a psychic medium along with being a physical medium. All right, $40 for a picture reading, $72 for a 30-minute reading, $144 for an hour reading on Zoom, okay? The picture reading is going to be more than 7 pages. I'll make sure to give you your money's worth. Wabuki, my prices have been raised. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be doing a reading on Frederick Douglass, okay? Anybody that I channel, deceased or alive, historians, celebrities, my clients, I always, not always, but I like to lay down and meditate and see visions and allow spirit to help me understand why I'm seeing what I'm seeing, okay? So let's begin for Frederick Douglass. Let me tell y'all something, man. This was not an easy read. I was struggling to read him, which is crazy because there's pictures of him on the internet. It's been a struggle. It took me about a month to tap into his energy. And girl, boy, let's begin. Spirit said mean. The first word that came up was mean. He was extremely mean. There was no middle ground with him at all. He was either hot or cold. He was never lukewarm. He was either happy or angry. And rarely, it energetically felt like he was, oh my God, I'm sorry. I know I just made an ugly face, but girl, like I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I just felt felt like someone just pressed in my lip. Anyways, I'm not gonna edit this, let's go. All right, so it just felt like he was hot. He was either hot or cold, happy or angry. You know, it doesn't feel like he was ever sad, you know, and it doesn't feel like he was ever happy. It just feels like he was just very, I don't know, flat, okay? All right, so Spirit said mediocre personality, just very boring and like, right now they're showing me a vision of him at a basketball game and he's just sitting still. And let's say his son, you know, won the championship. He's just like looking at his son like, okay, you know, like that's what's coming up, all right? So I wrote and seen and felt he didn't fool around at all. Not in a, like, oh, stop fooling around, but literally like in a key, like he really didn't laugh. He didn't play around. Like, he just seems very dull. All right. And I wrote, feels like he never laughed. He was extremely uptight. All right. Now, this is a modern vision that they gave me. So they're showing me a vision of him in high school. Let's say it's 2023, right? And he's in high school, he's 17. The bell rings and he starts walking to his next class. His friend steps in front of him and his friend is smiling and goofing. What up, Fred? What up, Fred? What up, Fred? Frederick goes around him, completely ignoring him. Frederick goes around him. Keep in mind, Frederick's facial expressions is very flat, like very, the entire time while his friend is just being a goofball. So his friend pulls his book bag, like to, you know, pull him backwards. And he says, dude, why are you rushing? The bell literally just rang. We have time to get to our next class. Frederick says very flatly, I have somewhere to be. Now move. And his friend is looking at him like, yo, like, we literally have 5 minutes to get to our next class. Like, you're weird. All right, then the energy shifted, okay? And Spirit said he was an overly serious person. All right, watch Aquila and the Bee. Whoever was the one that helped Aquila learn how to spell, that's how he acts. I'm saying acts like he's still alive, but that's how he acted, at least in the vision they showed me. All right, so I forget his name, Lawrence Fishburne. You know, a lot of people say, I remember when I was a little girl, I know the ADHD in me has to say this, but when I was a little girl, a lot of people say, oh my God, are you Lawrence Fishburne's daughter? And I'll be like, no, but my dad looks just like him. Should I insert a picture? We gonna see. No, cause I don't, should I expose my dad like that? All right, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it right here. 442. All right, let me show y'all my dad. We're literally twins, and I guess I look like Lawrence Fishburne, whatever. But that's how he acted. Like, that's literally how Frederick act. Like, if you watch Aquila and the Bee, like the whoever he was to her, I don't know, the professor, he was very stoic, didn't really key. Everything was very serious to him. All right. Then Spirit said he was misogynist. Frederick was misogynistic at times. He cheated on his wife many of times, and he was extremely abusive, okay? If his grits were too cold, he'd slap you. If his grits were too hot, he'd slap you. If you made too much noise, he'd slap you. If you didn't stay in a woman's place, he beat you. Spirit said he had a God complex. Now this gagged me, honey. Girl, this is crazy. I would have never guessed. And that's my chair in the back. I complain so much about my chair making noise, but I don't want to get rid of it, right? But Spirit said he had a God complex since he knew he was helping a lot of people. Spirit said opposite rights and contradicting behavior. I'm going to explain. Let's say he fought for women rights, right? At home, he was the opposite. So at home, he probably wanted his wife to stay at home, be a stay-at-home wife and not work. How dare you work? You're a woman. However, he's fighting for women's rights. Women rights. Another example. Let's say he fought for gay rights and his daughter at home, and he comes home and his daughter says, hey dad, I'm in love with a woman. He'll disown her. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting that came up. That's all that I have for Frederick Douglass. Girl, I waited a month. Spirit, and you give me that little shit. Girl, please. But that's what I have. I really can't fake the funk. The moment I lie and fake, credibility taken away, guys. That's what I have. It is what it is. $40 for a picture reading, $72 for a 30-minute reading, and $144 for an hour on Zoomy. Bye-bye.